Logic wanting failure is your teacher, not your enemy. You know, when I look back at my life, I realize failure has been my greatest teacher. People always ask me, Jack, how did you succeed after failing so many times? And I say, because I failed so many times. I remember when I failed my entrance exam twice, not once. Twice, everyone said, Jack, maybe you're not smart enough, but I didn't give up. I took the exam again, and I passed on the third try. You see, failure doesn't mean you are finished. Failure means life is teaching you something important. When I graduated, I applied for 30 jobs. KFC came to my city. 24 people applied. 23 were hired. I was the only one rejected. Even the guy who served chicken, he got the job. Me. They said, you're not suitable. I smiled. I kept going. Because every failure was not an end. It was a new beginning. I tell young people, you will fail. That is normal. But if you learn from it, you grow. In fact, I believe success hides your weakness. Failure shows you where you need to improve. When you succeed, you feel good. When you fail, you understand life better. I failed so much that I became comfortable with it. I started expecting it. Not because I was weak, but because I knew failure would make me strong. So don't run from failure. Don't cry because of it. Sit down with it. Listen to it. It has something to teach you that success never will. If you're failing right now, congratulations. You are learning something powerful. Logic 20, never let rejection define you. Rejection. My old friend, let me tell you, I know rejection very well. Harvard rejected me 10 times. Every year I applied. Every year they said no. I laughed. My friend said, Jack, maybe stop applying. I said, one day I will visit Harvard, not as a student, but maybe as a guest speaker. And you know what? That's exactly what happened. See, rejection is not personal. It doesn't mean you are not good. It just means you are not what they're looking for. But that doesn't mean you're not valuable. When I applied for jobs and they said no, I didn't cry. I kept moving. I didn't let rejection define me. If someone says you are not good enough, say, okay, I will get better. Not, I will stop. That's the difference. Most people take rejection like a final answer. But for me, rejection is a question. It asks, how badly do you want this? And if you want it badly, you will keep trying. That's what I did. When I started Alibaba, no one believed in me. Even my own team sometimes doubted. Investors laughed. But I believed in myself. Why? Because I didn't let rejection decide who I was. I decided, if you want to succeed in life, you must learn how to live with rejection. Don't fight it. Don't fear it. Smile at it. Learn from it. And most importantly, don't let it stop you. Because the only person who can stop your future is you. Logic 3, build your strength in the dark. Let me tell you something honest. Before Alibaba, I knew nothing about computers. I was an English teacher. No money, no background in tech, no connections, just a crazy dream. But during those years, when no one believed in me, I was preparing. Slowly, patiently. You see, I believe success is like growing bamboo. For the first few years, it grows underground. No one sees anything deep inside, but the roots are growing strong. And then, one day, it shoots up so fast, people say, wow, where did this come from? I say, it was growing all along. You just didn't see it. That's how I lived. I studied the internet. I watched how the world was changing. I listened to people. I read. I observed. No one saw me, but I was working, not with noise, but with focus. When people doubted me, I didn't argue. I kept learning. When they said I couldn't do it, I said, maybe not now, but one day. The world wants quick success. But I believe slow preparation creates big success. So if you're in a dark place now, don't worry. That is your root stage. Grow silently. Practice. Learn. Prepare. One day the world will see your results. And they will be shocked. But you will smile because you knew you were building all along. Logic 4. The world doesn't owe you understanding. Let me ask you. Do you want to be understood or do you want to be successful? Because most people choose the first. But I chose the second. When I started Alibaba, nobody understood what I was doing. They said, Jack, Chinese people don't use internet to buy things. They said, you don't know tech. They said, big companies like eBay will kill you. I said, thank you for your opinion. And I kept going. I never expected them to understand me. It's not their fault. It's just human nature. People are afraid of new ideas. They feel safe with what they already know. So when you do something different, they attack. Not because you are wrong, but because they are afraid. I told my team, don't be angry when people laugh at us. Let them laugh. We will prove them wrong with results. And that's what we did. I have learned you cannot wait for permission. You cannot wait for the world to clap for you. Sometimes you must clap for yourself. You must say, I believe in my dream, even if no one else does. And you must be okay being misunderstood. Because great ideas are never obvious in the beginning if everyone agrees with you. You are probably not thinking big enough. So, if you feel misunderstood today, good. You are doing something different. You are growing. You are moving. Don't explain too much. Just show them later. Logic 5 work with people who lift you up. I am not the smartest person in my company. Honestly, I think I'm probably the dumbest when it comes to technology. But I know how to bring good people together. When I started Alibaba, I had no money to hire experts. So I called my friends. I said, I have a dream. I don't know if it will work. But if we fail together. If we win big. And they said yes. We had nothing, no salary, no office, no experience. But we had belief, we supported each other. We encouraged each other. And that made all the difference. You see, when you fail, and you will, you need people who don't give up on you. People who say, try again. We are with you. I tell entrepreneurs all the time, hire people with heart, not just skills. Skills can be learned. Attitude is hard to teach. I didn't need geniuses. I needed fighters. I needed believers. And that's what I built. Alibaba was a family first, then a business. So if you're struggling today, look around. Are your friends lifting you up or pulling you down? Choose carefully. Because your team will either carry you through failure or bury you in it. Togetherness is more powerful than talent. Always. Logic 60, stay foolish. To stay ahead now, let me share something funny. Many people say, Jack Ma, you're so wise. I laugh. I say, no, I was just foolish enough to try. When I said I wanted to build a global platform for Chinese businesses, people laughed. They said, Jack, you don't know technology. I said, exactly. That's why I will do it differently. You see, I believe staying foolish is a superpower. Foolish people dream big. Foolish people take risks. Foolish people try new things, even when they don't make sense. And sometimes that's what the world needs. Smart people want proof before action. Foolish people take action and then find proof. I was foolish enough to think that a poor teacher from Hangzhou could build a tech company. I was foolish enough to challenge big American companies. I was foolish enough to believe that trust, teamwork, and kindness could beat money and power. And you know what? It worked. Because the world changes with foolish ideas. So don't be afraid to look silly. Don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to fail in front of people. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how you win. Stay hungry, yes. But also stay foolish. Because smart people may know more. But foolish people do more. Final messaging. So my friend, if you are failing right now, don't give up. Every failure I had brought me one step closer to success. Learn from your mistakes. Accept rejection. Build in silence. Don't wait for people to understand you. Surround yourself with good people. And never, ever be afraid to look foolish. Because if I, Jack Ma, can rise from rejection, poverty, and failure, and still build something big, then so can you. Don't stop. Your time is coming.